Man, y'all just don't know. I finally got this boy. It took quite a while for me to be able to get this joint, but I got him. Don't get it twisted. This figure has actually been out for 2 years. Action figures that don't transform. They are the movie versions of the Transformer figures in their robot form. But, it's the side of the box. It's a beautiful box. I'm gonna keep this box. Plastic model kit, Yolopark. It is a Hasbro. This is probably gonna take a couple days to finish. Once I open it up, y'all gonna see why. It's the back of the box. So he comes with his Ion Blaster and his Energon Axe. I am going to be painting some of this. Like, I ain't doing no airbrush, but I do have paint markers that I'm going to use for accents and stuff like that. And we're going to see if I can get it the way I actually want it to be. On the other side. But yeah, enough of this box. I've waited far too long for this figure. So right quick, I just want to show how, now this is the inside of the left arm. The right arm was done yesterday. I didn't quite do much recording on it because it was just, man, I was going through the flux trying to get that arm together. This part in particular, because I couldn't quite see the way it was supposed to be set up. And I actually had to take it back apart, put it back together again. So needless to say, I won't subject y'all to my frustration while I was recording that. But this is just to show how the gears, when I say all of this is individual pieces inside, and this is why it's taking me so long. But man, check this out. Just let me see if I can make sure it's in view. So when I bend it, so this is the arm bend. And it's still going to be more down here that adds to this, but that just to show that's the double bend. So this is the one bend, like let's say at 90 degrees, whatever, right? Then it continues right there for a full, say, 75 degree bend. So this is his, you know, this would be at his elbow, like right in here. But yeah, just want to show y'all what I mean, why I'm like, man, this freaking thing is awesome. And so just so you know, you can see it on this now. I can get the light right. God dog. There we go. So that's the, so even then I would pull that out. Don't worry about that, but still. and then it's that full extension, that full bend.
Video game is surreal. Growing up, I used to play as Ali and Tyson, and now kids.
Alright, so anybody that I've been that's been checking my posts or whatever know, man, I started this boy. This right here gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to take this foot off and check why the spring is up and this one don't. But in any case, man, I finally finished. I started this boy Monday afternoon, and man, between that and between work and just life, and this thing took me. I'm gonna say, man, this was like a real actual work week, almost 40 hours to do. Probably could have been done faster, but like as you clip off each piece with your nippers. Just show you what you gonna need for stuff like this. Nippers, I got a whole kit. Files. You're gonna need some type of plier sometimes, because some of these pegs is real hard to squeeze into. No diddy. Of course, you're gonna need tweezers. Like I said, I got a whole kit, so all this stuff come in it, but it's neither here nor there. But I like to use my Dremel tool. You gotta be real easy on the pieces, because using something overpowered, you can damage the piece, or you can, cut off too much, more than what you actually need to cut off. But this is what I prefer to use, and kind of file it down and everything. And I like to be clean about it, because you want it to look a certain way when you're done. So yeah, like I said, if I just broke the pieces off and just pent them into place, this probably could have shaved off probably at least 5 hours off of the build. But it is what it is. But man, when I say this is, I'm super proud of this figure, man. He definitely is stiff, like, pause, but it's, man, you wouldn't expect something like this something to be this intricate, man. So we're gonna start off with the articulation. Well, let's start off with the weapons, man. This freaking gun is, so the gun is dope, right? So this peg right here, it fits into a slot in his hand, so that because he actually has articulated fingers, so you can make the fist and everything, but you wouldn't trust the fingers to hold the gun exactly the way that you want all the time. So this peg fits into a slot in his hand. May as well show it. If you can see that, well, let me pull it in a little bit. That little slot right there. So it you can hold the gun with that. Same thing with the axe. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. But the thing about this, so you cock it. This boy, when you cock it down, you can open this up. Oh shit, my fault. No, it's supposed to be up. Okay. You cock it back to expose the sights. You can open this up so that you can actually push the peg inside, and you can hide the peg. You know what I'm saying? So this boy cock, where the clip comes out, I do fully anticipate I am going to paint this gun because I you know, as dope as this gun is, I don't like this just that static dark gray plastic. I don't like that, so I'm definitely gonna want to paint this. Same thing with his axe. This, look at how huge this, man. This pause on the huge, but look how big this mug is, man. Just so I was gonna do size comparisons on the figures later on as I'm talking, but just to show. So this Bumblebee, how big the this nigga axe is bigger than Bumblebee, man. Well, whatever. So getting to the figure itself, may as well I start with the chest because I'm gonna want to close that back up. So you got, it opens, and it ain't just that it opens up, right? So I forgot it's like a hinge on this thing. There you go. Yeah, pull it out, pull the hinge out, and then you can open it up wider. And then this right, oh, you gotta take this, man. After a build like this, man, you want to be so you be scared to really do too much, man. I'm scared to actually. Oh God, come on, because this pip, it peels out. Last thing I want is to have to. There we go. Oh my God, look at that. See there? It just fell off. Now I gotta find where that piece went. I think I know though. Well, it's just a small little piece, but I think I know. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go back. But so this, and then it'll fold in like that. I don't like putting it all the way in because it's kind of hard to get back out. But so we'll just leave him like that. I colored the matrix. Don't laugh at my paint skills, man. I just tried to keep it the way that it was in the '86 movie. Because anybody that know the Matrix of Leadership, it's got yellow and orange and a little bit of red in there, but I couldn't get the red in or whatever, so I just kind of made it my own. But they had this thing all silver. That didn't sit well with me, so I wanted to go ahead and make it look a little bit more authentic to me. Like I said, I can fold that boy back up, man. I ain't trying to leave him out. Wonder. And close him back up. So now with the arms, so the neck itself, the neck is just you actually put the head. The head is on the neck directly. You actually got to build the neck for this thing, man, which is crazy. That took a few minutes. Then the head, just it's got nice movement to it. The arms, all of this got, it's a reason why all of this stuff moves. Like, you don't want it to be stiff, because for posability, you know, when you moving out the arms, you can lift this stuff out of the way so that you can get the arms up and around and how you want them. All right. Just to go ahead and show some of these gears. So pay attention to this little muscle piece right here. You want to fold this down like that when you're bending the arm up. So see how the muscle, it collapses inside. And then that way the arm can get a full bend. That's like a 70-degree bend right there. So it ain't gonna stop at just 90. That boy will go all the way up, and then once you see, when you come back down, that muscle comes right back out. You know, like I said, the hands, fully articulated. Yes, you have to build the hand. All of this, you got to do this yourself. It's all single pieces. Everything on this figure, if it's a different color, that's a different piece that actually has to go, that has to be built up. You have to do that. And you know, this is, I mean, it ain't no, anybody that's ever built a model car, you can build a model engine and stuff like that. You know how intricate it could be. This figure is literally that intricate. The legs, as intricate as the arm is, as serious as the arm can be with all these pieces, the leg is probably twice as bad. So, gonna pull it in close for this. So, the leg, same thing. If you pay attention to the bend, just watch. So, if you see that this piece slide, this is going to collapse in so that you can get a deeper bend. The same with the arm. So, oh shoot, hold on. Let me do that again. Okay, let's go to the other leg, because I'm telling you, you get scared after putting these things together. Anyway, because I'm gonna have to see about why that one ain't collapsing like I needed to. See that? It's a spring on there, so apparently my spring might have fell out, or it might have dropped off of it's a little hinge in there to keep the spring in place, so it might have come off. That's easy to fix. But in any case, yeah, the wheels turn. See how that slides forward, does that. When it's in this position, the vent, you can open these vents. So you can vent the leg, and then when you open the leg back up, unbend it, the vents will close. See that? That show how tight he is. The hinge is very tight. Pause. But again, I'm a little concerned. So the spring is working. Why he ain't falling? Something's stopping him from bending. God dog, I'm gonna have to take this leg out and see what's going on. Cause it was working just fine when I finished putting them together. Finished putting the leg together. I haven't done, once I finished putting the leg together last night, I went to sleep, man. I was tired. But in any case, man, this yeah, I'm gonna check. See the pistons in the arms too. That's dope. Pistons on the back of the legs. Actually working pistons. That's dope. The toe articulation. This figure, like I said, when you put the Joker together, man, you just be worried about. Oh, there we go. That's something right there. He is not supposed to be. Okay, that's a step I missed. This little latch right here is not supposed to be sticking out, and I'm pretty sure that's what's stopping the bend. So I just moved it up. Let's see if that changed. A little bit. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna have to take that piece apart, and I gotta find where I was supposed to stick the, where I was supposed to place this hinge. This little lever is supposed to go somewhere. Because if you notice, you can't even see that lever. It's in there, but it's under this piece right here. So that is what's stopping that full bend from happening right there. See, that's something so small. I'm kind of glad this happened for the video, because then you can see something so small can change everything. So this little lever, I'm gonna have to take a couple pieces off, it still ain't no big deal because it is a model. Take the pieces off. You don't glue anything, no glue. So take a couple of them pieces off and then fit this back into place, and I'm sure it'll be working just fine because the spring is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, so it is in place. So it ain't nothing. So yeah, but in any case, let me see. Put this gun in his hand for you. So, and then this pins into place like that. So like I said, take this. You're gonna place it in his hand like you would a real gun. It had the thumb out. So even off the hinge, on that hinge, it's sitting there. So you put the fingers where you would. You know, drop the thumb, and for all intents and purposes, the boy is there. You own it. And I saw other videos on YouTube where they was complaining about it, like it won't hold up, like it's so heavy that it'll slide down. You saw mine, it slid down a little bit, but that's about as far as it did. This boy he hold up. I was shocked. And the same thing with the axe. The axe, it held up because the pieces on mine seem to be a little tighter than theirs. Some cats, you know, too smart for their own good, and they might have put a little oil or something on this in the pegs, pause, so that they could slide it in easier, pause. But I ain't do none of that, you know. Just if the instructions didn't say nothing about oil, I ain't doing that. So here's my figure is actually very stiff, pause. But man, this is now my favorite figure that I have, and I'm in love with that Voltron I got, but this is my favorite figure I have, and mostly because I had to put it together myself too. It's a certain level of care that you take when you put the model together yourself, and you have to do all of this yourself. It's a level of care to it, and like you might love that figure more than anything. And honestly, this is how I feel about this right now. They got a shockwave also, and I gotta see what's to that. I'm looking at this piece. I gotta find where this piece go. See the little peg right there. So it's just somewhere. It's a little hole somewhere. I just gotta stick it in. Pause. Yeah, man. I've seen guys, man, where they'll drill a couple holes in the inside so that they can slip a wire in, and I've seen guys light up the eyes. That's the wonderful thing about models too. You can customize them however you want. Be honest, man. The only thing I did, like I said, I painted the Matrix of Leadership, and these little springs on the legs, I just kind of colored them gold or whatever. Just, you know, and, you know, don't laugh at my little paints, my paint skills or lack thereof. I'm gonna get better with it. But this is my first model build that I've done in years. Like I used to do model cars and planes and stuff like that, but this is the first model build I've done in years, and I'm thoroughly pleased, like actual intricate model build. Because up until now, I may as well do the size comparisons. Up until now, like I was doing the other YOLO. Yeah, shout out to Yolopark. These are all Yolopark figures in the accompanying pictures that I took. Also, I'm gonna post with this Yolopark figures. The size comparison for this B and this Optimus doesn't bother me that much, because if you really, when you see the Bumblebee movie, or especially when you see Rise of the Beast, Bumblebee is literally half the size of Optimus. And the other Optimus that's supposed to be more with that size comparison, this doesn't work for me, because Optimus towers over Bumblebee and Mirage. I also got Mirage coming too. I'm a little excited about that one because he got the articulated hands and stuff too. So like this Optimus is just, you got to change out the hands, the fist, and all that stuff to do what you got to do. This boy, man, don't sleep on Yolopark. Do not sleep on these Yolopark figures. They do everything that you need them to do as far as articulation is concerned and stuff. And these joints are literally, if you go to Yolopark website, they only $25. But, you know, it's going to take like a month for it to get there because of your boy Trump with the tariffs and stuff that he placed on other countries. But if you go to Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon, actually Amazon got these, you'll get them in 2 days. And so, but you, with that, you basically paying for that, because these figures is $35 on Amazon and Big Bad Toy Store. But that didn't bother me. Like I said, that didn't bother me. I wish I had got my Mirage from Amazon, but it was a more noticeable price hike for Mirage. Because on Yolopark he's $59, but on Amazon, that boy $80. So yeah, I chose to go with Yolopark, and man, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting on them to get here, because you know, that's coming from China. So ain't no telling. It's gonna be like a month before I get them. But anyway, back to what I was saying about that size comparison. The 3-0 Bumblebee might stand about this tall, which is probably a better comparison, but this don't bother me. If I was to, which I do plan on doing, like some photos and some shoots with this Optimus and this Bumblebee. To me, the size ain't that bad. Even if I need to, I can stack something under Bumblebee to make him a little bit bigger. But when you think about it, Optimus is a truck. I forget what kind of truck that is. The flat face. I know the Max are the ones with the big nose on them. Amanda taught me that. But the size comparison, you're talking about a Volkswagen Bumblebee, which is actually what this figure is. If you notice the front, no, this is a Camaro. That's right, he a Camaro. So I don't know. He probably should stand about this tall. But like I said, now if this was a Bumblebee, the Volkswagen Bumblebee, then I would say that this is the right size. But he's not. He is a Camaro, so he should be a little bigger. But anyway, I done got way off topic. That don't matter. Who cares about that? Because I'm still gonna use him for photos. He don't quite match that Optimus, the other Optimus, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm planning on painting both of these. I'm just gonna wait until I got the right paint and the right paint, and make sure I know what I'm doing before I do it, because I don't want to mess them up. But man, this dude is super dope. I love the fact that you can still kind of see the matrix of leadership inside. You can see the handles on it inside the glass windows. But yeah, this boy dope. And again, like I said, man, I'm super proud of him. I'm gonna get that shockwave, and we're gonna go through this again. Every time I get a model, I'm gonna do a little something for shout out to my bro, Chance, for starting How You Figure. How You Figure Facebook group for just those of us we small right now, and you know we hopefully we can build up for people that's like us, man, that like to collect action figures, do models, do toy photography, where you actually placing your figures in situations, and you photograph them joints, man, and try to make it as like cartoon accurate or movie accurate, however you want to do it. I try to make mine movie accurate, and sure, but I also will put them in situations that just didn't happen. It's just something that you might find funny. But shout out to Chance, El Baba Gato, for doing that, man. I'm glad he did, because as many groups as I got, I don't know why I didn't think to do that. So I'm glad bro did it and invited me in, and I'm enjoying it, man. Y'all see I post every day in there almost. So, but I'm going ahead, figure out what's going on with this leg, and find where to put this little piece at again. And don't never use glue on these models, man. The pegs are strong enough. You don't have to use glue for them. I think if you use glue, you kind of messing yourself up, because if something go wrong, you can't do what I'm about to do. You can't take it apart and find out what the problem is to fix it or whatever. You can't do that. That was a little small short story. Then I'm gonna cut this off because this thing got longer than what I thought it was gonna be. I finished this leg, right? I'm doing this leg. Pause. I was building this leg, and I got this to a certain point, and I noticed something that I made a mistake in this one. Man, I had to take all of this off. Matter of fact, one of the shutters I put, so these bottom shutters are different. They have a little slot in them so that they will open. All the shutters will open when it's prompted with this little slot, this sleeve right here. But I had both bottoms in this leg, and once I got to this one, I had five slots like this one, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? I mean, I tried my best to not have to take this leg apart. It did not work. I had to take this boy apart, and just to find what the problem was, and because you can't see any difference in these shutters from on the outside, but there is a difference down in the bottom. So I had to find the one that I wasn't supposed to have over here, take it out and put it over here so that I could finish the build. That knocked off like that added like another probably 45 minutes of me trying to figure out what I did wrong. But again, so if I had glued anything on or whatever, because I'm thinking that I'm perfect, if I had glued anything on, I wouldn't have been able to do that, man. And basically, you ruined the figure. Man, it's $200, man. It's $200. Do everything that they say in the instructions, and you'll be fine. So again, like I said, I'm getting ready to find out where this piece go on this arm, which should be easy to find, but when it's this intricate, like I said, stuff it can be hard to see. So I'm going off camera and find it, and then go ahead and I'm probably gonna post a couple pictures, take some pictures today. I got one in mind that I'm gonna do with the smaller Optimus, with this one. But yeah, man, that's it.